Hi, welcome to Todd's Tips. I'm Todd Barsness, a full-time voiceover talent, and Todd's Tips is a feature of VO Marketing Pro. Now, if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to voiceover, just visit our Facebook page, website, or contact us via email. The links are located here. What I do every single time is give you some caveats as far as, and Demond produces our show. Demond, just put those here again so that people can read these, because I don't want them to think that everybody's situation is exactly the same. We talk about that a lot, that your situation is different than mine. You're 1.5 years in, I'm almost 13. I'm starting my 13th year coming up August 1st. And so there's just differences. It's a different industry in some ways than it was 12, 13 years ago. So you have to take that into consideration when I give you these do's and don'ts. Nevertheless, it is something to ponder. And so you've seen the caveats there that Demond put on the screen. And now here's the thing that I think about when it comes to conferences, meetups, like local meetups and such, and clinics, whether coaching clinics or voiceover clinics. I know they have some all over the place. There are very famous ones called, like, I think it's VO Atlanta and some of those. And fine, whatever. But I don't do conferences, meetups, and clinics. I'm not against other people doing it at all. Honestly, sometimes I wonder why they do it. I just wonder, because I look at the speakers, fine, great. I look at, the breakout sessions, fine, great. I look at what they're trying to accomplish, getting together and connecting with other voiceover talent, fine, great. But for me, I just don't do that. I've heard, VO people say how wonderful they are. And maybe they are. I've never been to one, so I'm not judging them.
Can't knock it until you've tried it.
Yeah, exactly. But I hear, what they get from it. I hear, what happens there and what they're excited about. And I go, well, for me, I'm really not that kind of a learner. Not that I couldn't learn something from them, but I do pretty well by watching, other people, watching their styles, listening to what they do business-wise. And then I'm able to take that information and then apply that to my business and my voiceover life. Does that make sense? And I don't even know, honestly, I'm not sure, Hudson, exactly where you're at on that scale. I mean, maybe you would be the type of person that would enjoy going there. You're maybe a little more outgoing than I am. And maybe you would enjoy traveling somewhere, getting out and seeing some scenery, going to a different place. And then, being with some other voiceover talent, maybe meeting some agents, some producers and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be exactly for the right purpose. I think I would do it to meet people and stuff like that. And obviously that's good and everything like that. But I don't think I would be doing it in one sense to further my business, because I've got all the resources I need right here. And that's not, like you said, that's not to, jump on those people and say, oh, you're wasting your time or anything like that. I have no idea. It'd be interesting for me to go and meet some of the people and stuff like that and talk to them and get to know them. But it wouldn't probably most likely be for my business's purpose. It wouldn't be to further my business, because I don't know exactly what are other voiceover talents, my competition, going to be giving me, And it's not like we're in competition. Like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't, you're my competition.
Yeah. It's not mean-spirited.
No, it's just, are you going to be sending me jobs and stuff like that?
That's
so
what you're looking for.
Exactly. Yeah. So what am I doing there other than just to meet people and stuff like that? And that sounds kind of fun to me, to meet people and stuff like that. But
some people say that the voiceover industry is different than other industries. There's competition, yes, but yet there's quite a bit of give and take. There's people that have been in it a long time, and they are willing to share their expertise, and that would be some reason to go. I might be more willing to give my expertise in a Zoom meeting or a phone call and expect that back from somebody else. So again, going there, getting out of your studio, having a good time, eating some food, being with some people that are, maybe struggling, or hearing their success stories, their failures, those types of things. I can understand where that would be something that some people would enjoy. For me, for me, connecting with other voiceover talent in that type of a situation, I don't really need that. And I don't need that kind of encouragement. Some people maybe do, and that's fine. Again, some people, as I mentioned, some people want an excuse to get out and travel. And so why not travel and, go to a voiceover conference and learn a few things? So for me, I'm old. I like home. I like staying home. I like my routine. And in all honesty, the way I've built my business, I'm, at least at this point, very busy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so for me to leave for a week, I do that right now once a year, and we travel as a family down to Florida.
You just started doing that 3 years ago.
Yep.
It hasn't even been a long time. So we haven't gone on large vacations much.
Yeah. So it's not that I don't have stuff to learn. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't want to connect with people. I'm fine with that. It's just that at this point in my business, it would cost me a lot of money to go. It's just like, in some ways, it's just like when people say, hey, why don't you travel down to Chicago? You'll get some big work there, with agents and stuff like, well, that'd take me all day. Well, right now I'm making $1,200 a day. So it would have to be at least $1,200 job. Well, it can be.
You got to drive, you got to pay for all sorts of different things that would be taken away from that.
And I would have a boatload of work when I get back. Yeah. So anyway, that's, again, my business model, my thinking as far as clinics and voiceover, things, meetups and different stuff like that. Here's one other quick thing. I know there's meetups. That's kind of a group thing, kind of an organized thing. I know Chris Butera talked about that, but he lives in Boston.
Yeah.
And other people that live in New York and LA and Chicago and even Dallas are big cities, maybe, but I'd have to travel to Madison, and I don't even know if there's a voiceover meetup there. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yep.
Maybe that's more, again, a regional or a location thing. So,
well, it might not be so, how do you say this? It might not be for you, because you'd be more on the coaching side if you were to do something. Like you said, you don't have to go there to get all sorts of, encouragement and stuff. You know what I mean? That might be something that I would want to go to because I'm newer to stuff, but because I have you, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because I've got plenty of resources here. Anyway.
So again, it's a little bit, a lot of it. It's a lot of it. What's best for you? When I give you these do's and don'ts, it's not you can't do that. That's a dumb idea. It's just more of just think a little bit. And the crowd sometimes will take you places, and then somebody will stand there and say, well, I don't go to these types of things. And this is why I don't. And so don't just fall into that either way. Don't let me say you shouldn't do it. And then you say, oh, I can't do that because Todd says I shouldn't do that. That's not my point. I just tell you what I do and what I don't do and why.
Yeah, good.
Thanks a lot for joining me for Todd's Tips. And if you'd like more information about VO Marketing Pro or anything else related to VO, the links are listed here.